everyone, and welcome back to last year's Heroes. I'm Roxy.
I'm Nathan.
I'm here.
We've lost Curtis. We don't know who this stranger is.
I mean, they just called themselves here.
Yes.
Hello here.
My name is Here.
What accent was that supposed to be?
So we're
and
playing
what
some-
fantasy race are you?
So we're playing some more Resident Evil.
Are we?
Yes.
We must defeat the Mummy King.
There are no Mummy Kings in Resident Evil here.
I see.
That was a weird sentence that came out of my mouth. So when we last left
Why
off...
aren't there any mummies in Resident Evil?
Because that doesn't make sense. Walking Dead and living zombie dogs and mutant frog creatures are fine, but mummies? That's just fucking ridiculous.
What about giant zombie whale?
No.
That talks with a Brooklyn accent.
So when we last left off, we got through the caves, and through all of that, we got that.
You
That's
don't
all-
get. You
that's
don't
all
get.
we need.
You don't get to sandbag this conversation
I
about
mean-
how a mummy is less believable than a giant zombie whale with a Brooklyn accent.
Listen.
Listen,
We had Napoleon in Resi 4, so...
We did. So where's the mummies, Roxy?
listen. If a Resi game took place in a fucking Egypt, then we would most likely have mummies, like 3 of them.
RE4 didn't take place in France, and we had Napoleon.
That wasn't okay.
Are you telling me that this tiny lad with the tricorn hat and the Napoleon
Complex.
well,
And-
also the clothes and the general personality?
That would be closely resembling Prussian, and Napoleon never wore a tricorn hat. He had a bicorn hat.
It looked similar. And they totally designed the dude based off of Napoleon's, like, Napoleon fan art. Specifically, not actual Napoleon. The dude who was like 5 foot tall.
Okay, but it's still not Napoleon.
I mean, it's kind of like Napoleon.
Don't you antagonize me.
Listen, you just gotta add or take away one corn,
You do.
and he has the hat.
Take one whole corn. Damage is being done. Your health is green, but damage is being done.
Please just let one hunter just come out of the door and fucking take my head.
With his EI.
Yes. With his that. We're gonna go kill Lisa Trevor, sort of. Kind of. Not really.
Is it like a mercy killing?
It's more like a assisted suicide.
Oh.
So,
Those will get your doctor's licenses revoked.
that they will. So, you know, we've talked about how ridiculous some of the monsters in Resident Evil are, you know, with the giant zombie whale, which I am never going to let go.
Okay.
But what about, like, monsters that they've already sort of covered? Right? What cryptids has Resident Evil already sort of covered? We've got the sewer gator. We've got long frogs.
We've got, in Resi Zero, we've got just regular big-ass frogs.
Okay.
Like, they're just regular frogs that are very large.
Have we covered a Mothman at some point? There are a lot of bug-based enemies in Revelations 2.
Sure.
There might be a Mothman.
I don't know.
Like, Resident Evil 2 has a lot of references to Kafka's Metamorphosis, which is a short story about a man who woke up as a giant cockroach.
Oh yeah, I remember reading the Simpsons parody of that in the comic book.
Yes. But
Yes.
it has a lot of references to that, so there might be a Mothman in that.
But what about a Bigfoot?
Do you consider Bigfoot different from Sasquatch? Are they different creatures?
I don't know, they're probably the same.
They
Okay.
probably are the same. I mean, if you count zombie apes, then yeah.
Are you going to the Labradoodle?
Maybe going to the Labradoodle.
Yay, Labradoodle time.
Remember this terrifying door at the start of the game?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Well, now we're finally going through it.
You decided to not use it.
No, I was picking it up. I meant to just put in the other one. Now the door's unlocked. Open the door.
It's
Get on
time
the floor.
for death.
I'm not saying it.
Yeah. Something about dinosaurs.
Something about dinosaurs. They really expect me to carry... Oh. Never mind.
I remember they used that beautiful song in the masterpiece that is the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes.
Perfect film.
Also, you were so indignant for about 0.3 seconds.
Listen, I thought they wanted me to carry an ink ribbon all the way to this area to save before a boss fight. And then there's just a save box.
You were so indignant for a whole 0.3 seconds. It was hilarious.
I aim to please.
I'm gonna jump in this conversation and say Bob Hoskins, God rest his soul.
R.I.P. in peace.
Someone rest his soul. I don't know if God's the one to do it, but someone. 'Cause that was a great man.
Yeah. Good actor who did a lot of bullshit roles, but we still love him for it. This is getting very rickety, though.
Do you remember that time he got fucking cameoed into The Mask 2?
No.
You don't know that?
No, I didn't watch The Mask 2.
Oh, it was really bad. He was Odin.
Oh!
Yeah.
In Son of the Mask, not like an older Mask movie, right?
No, Son of the Mask, Mask 2.
I
It was
thought
the second Mask-made movie, I think.
You know, this would be a wonderful conversation to have when I was collecting the death masks. Instead, we're gonna kill a zombie girl.
Hey guys, just listen to this video while you're watching that one.
Jill,
It'll make perfect sense.
you're alive.
Barry, totally don't see that gun behind your back.
I was worried because I thought
Seriously.
you were.
You have established that that gun is in your hand at all times.
Start talking.
Calm down. I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I can explain.
Don't lie to me.
I will fucking end you with your own hand cannon. Get a close-up.
Get a close-up of Mommy.
I mean, I spend most of the time running from this bitch.
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun.
Yes? No?
You gotta trust the stupid fuck, right?
Thanks, Jill.
He is
I
a
mean-
dad. And he makes this fight a lot easier.
He is also in later games.
Yeah. He makes the fight easier because he pulls aggro off of her. Okay. Hey, bitch. Okay, now I run.
I didn't realize she had those hops.
She does.
Just got them jukes and jives.
Oh, come on now.
You are on the wrong plane.
There we go.
She's coming for you.
Yeah, she
Yeet.
is.
Now you just gotta yeet. Oh, thank God that.
God, Barry, with that fucking magnum.
You want me to trust you again, Barry? That's how you earn it.
I mean, we've already established that his aim is terrible, so he was probably aiming for you.
Oh, shit.
Remember that time he couldn't take down a zombie with 3 shots from a magnum?
Oh, it's a monster!
Let me take care of it.
Yeah.
Well, you probably didn't know it was a zombie. It was probably firing warning shots. Barry, you got another shot ready for me? Barry? Barry?
Hey, Barry.
Barry?
You gonna help
Okay,
me?
it's fine.
Oh, is this over now?
Yeah, it's done. That's the boss fight, everybody. Push 4 rocks off a cliff.
What'd she do? Climb into it? Like,
No.
oh.
She found her mom.
Finally! Mommy!
Bye.
Later.
And now she's dead.
Wait, for real?
Yep. That's it. Bye, Barry.
Okay, we're just not gonna even talk to Barry? Like, we're not gonna have any sort of resolution with what just happened?
Bye, Barry.
We're just gonna watch a 6-year-old girl, well,
Probably 16 by now.
that diary was made in 1967, Roxy. She's like 40 by now.
Well, I mean,
At this point in the game, like, this game takes place, I'm going to say in 1998 when Resident Evil 1 first came out, yeah?
Yeah.
So this game takes place in 1998. That diary was, George Trevor's last words back in 1967.
Okay, it's probably like 30.
Incorrect. 1996.
Okay,
I was trying to figure out what time the story takes place in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the 90s. Also, I fucking need to grab puzzle items. You.
Where the fuck? Okay, there
Barry.
it is.
I guess we'll resolve this with Barry.
What the fuck?
I don't believe that thing.
July 24th, 1998. But the game released in 1996.
Okay.
What?
Still don't know why I should trust you, Barry, right now.
He's not shooting you.
But now you're on a ladder and he has perfect line of sight.
Of Danny.
Daddies.
He could just shoot you from ass to mouth.
So, if you were paying attention earlier, I grabbed 2 different books, and they gave me 2 different medals, Wolf and Eagle. And those are very important for what I need to do right now. So I just need to backtrack back a little bit, because I'm a dumb.
Did you forget to grab them?
Yes, I did.
It's time to grab those things. No, that's not the box.
Those are certainly boxes, but not the right box.
I didn't put my items in this teleportation box.
This is the right box. Medal of Eagle, Medal of Wolf.
Are we gonna play Metal Wolf Chaos on this channel?
Medal. I mean, sure, if you want.
What is that one?
Is that the mech game?
It is a mech game
Hmm.
where you play as the President of the United States.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We saw that at E3.
Yeah.
That's right. For some reason, my mind went straight to Metal Slug, and yeah, fuck yeah, I want to play that game.
All I could think of was the mech game that was announced for the Switch.
That would also be really cool. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it was super cool. No, this is one of FromSoft's Forgotten Works.
Ah. But you know what game looks really cool?
Well,
Override Mech City Brawler.
I had the opportunity to play it a little while back, but I forgot to that weekend.
Oh. That
And
sucks.
I watched a couple of rounds of it, and on the one hand, I am excited because a lot of the mech designs are super cool, and really that's where my critical eye stops when it comes to mecha games.
I like the idea of how they do co-op, where it's 1 or 4 people controlling one mech, like fucking Super Sentai style.
Yeah. That is the one that had the Mechagodzilla ripoff, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that could be all of them. Also, here's a laboratory.
For a moment, I thought I saw a minigun.
The fighter.
I wish.
And I thought for a moment that Resident Evil was about to enter an entirely different genre.
I mean,
that's 6.
yeah, it does that. No, there's nothing over there. Alrighty.
We call that awful game Resident Evil 6 Chris Redfield's Campaign, in which they basically was Gears of War.
I mean, all of the campaigns were like that. Even the Child of Wesker.
Oh, I thought Leon was supposed to be different.
Leon is a little closer to like the Resi 4 style,
Yeah.
from what I've played. Also, Achievables.
Of that game we tried so hard to save you from.
Yeah, and you failed.
Ank ribbons.
I need these. I'm running a little low.
I mean, this is the last area, yeah? The
Yeah.
laboratory.
It's a Resident Evil game, so it's got to end in a lab.
Correct.
I can actually do this now, so... Bap. Bap, 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 bap.
Isn't this where the obnoxious bullshit starts to happen, where you run into a bunch of hunters and stuff?
No.
Or is this
Well, sort of.
the weird-headed guys?
They introduce a new monster, but there's mostly zombies here.
Zombies and puzzles?
Zombies and puzzles.
Hey, guys, I want to pitch to you my brand new video game, Zombies and Puzzles.
I see.
It's for mobile platform.
I see.
Is it a runner game?
No.
Is it a city management game?
No.
And-
Think of that really awful Final Fantasy one, the exploitative one.
Oh, fuck. Really?
All the bravest, yeah. It's gonna be
Oh.
all the bravest.
Oh.
But where do the zombies and/or puzzles come in?
Nowhere. That's just the catch name to
No.
make you.
They're the microtransactions.
Yes, the puzzles are microtransactions. You have to fix them with money. I mean, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is the same way, so why can't I do it?
Is he down? He's down.
So, what are all of the present microtransactions in Odyssey, and how did they fuck up so bad when they have such fun and interesting writing?
So you have experience that gates you from certain parts of the game by not being a specific level.
Okay.
One of the microtransactions is a double experience booster to help you with the grind. The grind that they made to make you buy a double experience booster. And then there's mounts that you can buy, and weapons you can buy, and ships you can buy
In the single-player game.
in this single fucking player game.
Now, okay, here's the thing. I am not an enemy of microtransactions in single-player games. I think if you're stupid enough to do it, that's on you. But when you create your game around these microtransactions, like, despite being a genuinely awful game, Dead Space 3, you could get what you needed and what you wanted without paying for more of those little minor bots. Right? You could get what you needed without microtransactions.
Yeah, and that's all well and... Well, I mean, it's not well intended, I don't think.
It super wasn't well intended. It's just EA got their paws in, and they didn't get their paws in completely, right? And then they shut down Visceral forever.
Yeah, go figure. Ooh, I wonder, hold on, I'm gonna fucking connect 2 and 2 together and think that maybe that microtransaction thing in their single player game didn't really fucking work out.
No, what didn't really fucking work out was how bad Dead Space 3 was all around. Like, from design. The problem with it was, hey, we're gonna have you make your own guns instead of having all these interesting weapons that we had in the first 2 games. You know, like the Javelin Thrower, or the Ripper, or anything like that. We're just gonna have you use these custom boring guns. And that they also turned it into an action game without earning it. Like, Dead Space 1 was straight up horror, Dead Space 2 was action horror, and then Dead Space 3 was just action, where the very first enemies you shoot are dude with gun.
That's always fun in a survival horror game. Wait, no, it's not.
It really doesn't work. Especially if you have a weapon.
That's the real sad part, right? Is that they started off with Dead Space 1 when Visceral wasn't owned by EA, and they made this really cool fucking world with interesting fucking scary monsters in it.
And you know what else worked about Dead Space 1? Isaac Clarke did not have a gun. He was using power tools. The equivalent of taking a drill to a zombie's head because that's what you have at hand. Because you are not action hero Isaac Clarke, you are an engineer. You're just some nerd on a ship when everything went wrong.
And this also scares me for the state of BioWare.
Oh, I'm terrified of it, and God, I wish Anthem was played in any different way.
Like these Magnum rounds.
Yeah.
That
So,
we're just hiding.
so what particular area of the laboratory are you in?
Well, there's a lot of dead bodies hanging around here. And a variety of chemicals I've never seen before, and a stun battery pack.
Those are useful.
But basically, the whole shit's shut down, so I need to start it up real quick. With this? Yes, who wants to read this one?
I'll do it. There is no evidence that when the host loses consciousness, the body goes into a dormant state. During this time, the virus becomes active and rapidly transforms and reconstructs the basic composition of the body. The host eventually mutated into a humanoid creature. We call them VX. Its speed and amazing muscular development are particularly noteworthy. After transformation, it becomes more agile and aggressive. Already 4 of our researchers have died from trying to feed it, turning the place into an instant bloodbath. Ever since this tragic barbarian accident, we have decided to call its kind Crimson Heads. That dangerous and precious prototype specimen can't be left here. We have to figure out a way to deal with it. Termination is definitely not an option. We finally decided to freeze the specimen and confine the body inside the basement of the backyard cemetery.
I see.
Yeah. So the reason they're called Crimson Heads is because when they bleed... Ah, shit.
Yeah, don't you have to get the thing? The information?
How do I get out? Oh, escape. Duh. Okay. God.
So first you have to actually get the password? You can't just know it?
I mean, you can just know it. I don't know it.
Oh.
Also, where's the fun in that?
Well.
Yeah, they're called Crimson Heads because when they die, they start bleeding more. And their heads gets covered in blood, and then they get claws and shit. And that what makes them extremely dangerous.
Is that why you just run by them? Or are they already Crimson Heads when you see them?
What?
The Crimson Heads, are they already Crimson Heads when you first see them, or can you shoot them and accidentally make them Crimson Heads?
I mean, you saw that zombie lying on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
That has the possibility to be a Crimson Head if I don't burn it soon.
Oh, okay.
No.
So it's the reanimated zombies.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, we gotta think about that for a second. The zombies that died and got back up.
Isn't that
that's
how they-
unexpected. This is Clark David.
Isn't that how that started?
That's a double zombie right there.
Yep.
The double zomb?
Double zombies are the worst. So this is a neat little puzzle where I actually get the password. Initials in alphabetical order. So I get the password by putting these X-rays in alphabetical order, like that, and then just boop. So esophagus, liver, lungs, and what was the first one? Was that
Colon.
colon? So colon, cell. It's cell. Researcher's letter. My dearest Ada. That's important. By the time you read this, I will no longer be the person you once knew. The result of my test came out today, and as I suspected, I came out positive. HIV positive. I feel like I'm teetering on the edge of reason just thinking about my impending doom. I would give anything not to have become one of them. As far as I know, you are not infected. I sincerely hope things do not reach such a desperate pass, but it has turned out that you are now the last person remaining alive. I want you to get the material from the visual data room. That's a run-on sentence, dude. Then activate the self-destruct system in the power room and escape from here. Please do everything in your power to make this whole accident public. If everything is still running normally, you should be able to release all the locks using the security system. I have set up the terminal in the small security room so that you can log into the system using my name and your name as the password. You'll need another password to release the lock of the door in the basement, level 2, where the visual data room is located. As a safety measure, I've coded that password into an X-ray picture cell. Rowan
Genogram?
That one. I know you, and I'm sure you'll be able to work it out without any trouble. You are some sort of super spy, right? There is one more thing, and it has my last request. I hope you never have to lay eyes on me in this state, but if you do happen to run into me in my hideous form, I beg you to put me out of my misery. I hope you understand. Thank you, Ada. Yours truly, John.
Last name Doe.
John. Ada.
So that's it? You put in John as the login and Ada as the password?
Yep.
3 passwords in one room? What a busy area.
Yeah. Like, considering everything else is completely locked off.
Also, what system is gonna let you have a 3-letter password? Like, hello?
This is 1998.
Yeah.
People aren't thinking that far ahead.
Nope.
In fact, home computers have barely existed for like 7 fucking years.
I mean, you're right.
And
Was it-
and not to mention the
Yes.
internet though. Well, like I guess the internet doesn't really take an implication here because it's a system ran on a network, a private network. What? That's all I was saying is the system ran on a private network.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do some expert hacking skills next time on Resident Evil.